my dear children, all of you welcome back to your English class. Today, let us discuss our Unit 2, A Letter to God. A Letter to God. The entry to this unit is a poem in which a girl speaks to the clouds emerging in the sky. And the main reading text is a story written by Gregorio Lopez Fuentes. It's a story about a man who has unfailing faith in God. He tries to carry a correspondence with God. Now let us discuss about this too. Okay, my dear children, all of you listen here. Here is the poem Clouds, written by Christina Rossetti. Do you know Christina Rossetti? Have you ever heard about the English poet? She was born in London, England. She was the youngest daughter of Gabriele Rossetti, an Italian-born poet. Rossetti is best known for her ballads and her mystic lyrics. Her poetry is marked with symbolism and intense feeling. Okay, my dear children, can you see the poem? All of you take the poem Clouds. Now let me recite it for you. All of you place your finger there and just listen. First of all, I'll read it for you. White sheep, on a blue hill. When the wind stops, you all stand still. When the wind blows, you walk ever slow. White sheep, where do you go? Okay, all of you just sing after me, all of you. White sheep, on a blue hill. When the wind stops, you all stand still. When the wind blows, you walk ever slow. White sheep, where do you go? Yes, dear children, did you listen the lines of the poem? Where does the poet see the white sheep? Yes, on a blue hill. What happens when the wind stops? Good, all stand still. What happens when the wind blows? Walk away slow. And then, what does the girl finally ask the clouds? Where do you go? Yes, the girl treats the clouds as if they are alive. And now let us move on to the chapter, the story, A Letter to God. And it tells about an innocent farmer who has absolute faith in God. He believes that God will listen to his prayers. And thinking that God will respond to him, he writes a letter to God. God is like a friend to him. Like in the poem, the girl is speaking to the clouds as her friend. And here also, the poor farmer, the innocent farmer, treats the God as his friend. Children, now let me introduce the author, Gregorio Lopez Fuentes. He was a Mexican novelist, poet, and journalist. He was one of the leading chroniclers of the Mexican Revolution. Now I will tell you the story, A Letter to God, and here is the title, The Pleasure of Rain. The Pleasure of Rain. All of you listen what each line tells. Okay. All of you take the page, The Pleasure of Rain, can you see a picture there? What can you see there? Yes, a man is standing. He is awaiting the rain. Yes. Now let me read the story. All of you listen. Dear children, do you talk to the rain, flowers, birds and clouds? Here is the story of a man who talked to the rain. Can you see the man? Yes. Listen. The house, the only one in the whole valley, sat on the crest of a low hill. From this height, one could see the river and the field of ripe corn dotted with flowers that always promised a good harvest. The only thing the earth needed was a downpour, or at least a shower. Throughout the morning, Lencho, listen the name, Lencho, had done nothing else but look at the sky towards the northeast. Now we are really going to get some rain, woman, he said. The woman who was preparing supper replied, Yes, God willing. During the meal, big drops of rain began to fall. Huge mountains of clouds could be seen approaching. The air was fresh and sweet. Lencho went out to have the pleasure of feeling the rain on his body. These aren't raindrops falling from the sky. They are like new coins. The big drops are tens and the little ones are fives. Did you listen to the story, my dear children? Yes. Who is the character in the story? Good. Lencho is the character of the story. What is Lencho waiting for? Yes, he is waiting for the rain. And then, where does the story takes place? Crest of a low hill. Yes, it is the place of Lencho. Now let me read once again it. All of you listen carefully. The house, the only one in the whole valley, sat on the crest of a low hill. The story is taking place on the crest of a low hill. Here is our character's home. This is the only one in the whole valley. There is only one home. Okay. From this height, one could see the river and the field of ripe corn dotted with flowers that always promised a good harvest. Yes, there is a good harvest promised. And what field is there? Yes, the field of corn. Can you see in the picture? Yes, one could see the river from the height and the field also. The only thing the earth needed was a downpour, or at least a shower. Downpour means a heavy rain. Okay. The only thing the earth needed was a rain. Throughout the morning, Lencho had nothing else but look at the sky towards the northeast. Why do he look at the northeast? Yes, he is awaiting rain. Now we are really going to get some rain, woman, he said. Now we are really going to get some rain, he said. Who said it? Yes, our Lencho. The woman who was preparing supper replied, Yes, God willing. The woman in the story also replied that yes, it is going to rain. During the meal, big drops of rain began to fall. During the meal, big drops of rain began to fall. Huge mountains of clouds could be seen approaching. Yes, what happened then? It is just happened what our Lencho predicted. Huge mountains of clouds could be seen approaching. So many clouds are approaching. The air was fresh and sweet. Can you feel it? Can you feel the presence of rain? Yes. Lencho went out to have the pleasure of feeling the rain on his body. Have you ever experienced it? Yes, I know you surely like it. These aren't raindrops falling from the sky. They are like new coins. The big drops are tens and the little ones are fives. Lencho already said that the ripe corn dotted with flowers that always promised a good harvest. When it rains, Lencho feels that the big raindrops as tens and the little ones are like a fives. And now, my dear children, can you see some questions given aside? The first question, how do you think Lencho knew that it was going to rain? You can find from the story itself. And look at the second one. Throughout the morning, Lencho had done nothing. Was he lazy? What do you think? And the third question, have you watched the sky when it rains? How does it look? The fourth question, the big drops are tens and the little ones are fives. What does Lencho mean by this? Now all of you may answer for this question. All of you read the story once again, twice or thrice, and find the answers for these 4 questions, and all of you write this in your notebook. Got it? So today's class is over. I think you got the main ideas of this chapter and the characters, and it is about, the story is telling about a poor farmer, the innocent farmer Lencho. He is awaiting the rain, and he predicted it is going to rain, and what happened finally? Yes. Okay. And so all of you read the part once again or twice or thrice and find the answers for these 4 questions. Got it? Yes. Okay. All of you do the works well. Thank you.